Lo que sí te puedo decir es que es una persona que lleva muchos años en la industria, que es una súper fregona y que es la persona más linda para capacitar. Entonces para mí es un honor que esté aquí presentándote a Cindy Samuelson, por favor, para darle un fuerte aplauso a Cindy Samuelson.
And may I see a show of hands of those who have never worked with me before and who are here for the first time? Oh my gosh, I thought I was famous. None of you have ever seen me before. But I'm very, very excited and even more excited to be here with you today and to share some thoughts and some ideas that hopefully will be able to change your life. And I have been in business for so long. I've been in business longer than Hugo has been alive. And so I can be your mother for most of you, all right? And so I'm going to talk to you like your mother today, and if that's okay, all right? But a mother who really definitely wants to help you succeed. And so first and foremost, let me just tell you a little story for most of you who have not heard me before. I'm very honored to be here, and I'm here because of my beloved friends Roberto and Maria. Maria, take a bow. Stand up again. Take a bow. That is to help you have much happiness and much security in your life. And we met for the first time, Maria and Roberto and I, and my husband, Bob Samuelson, in Grand Caymans, in the beautiful place, the Caribbean island in the Gulf of Mexico. It was very beautiful. And I was asked to meet with these friends, and they wanted to, I was training and teaching people how to build a business on purpose and by design, and they came into my heart, and they've never left. They've never left my heart. I will share with you that every opportunity that we can have to be together, we are together as friends. And this past summer, they spent 10 days with us traveling in America in a motor coach. Imagine a motor coach that you drive in. Very, very tiny. 4 of us, 1 bathroom. All right, for 10 days. And we had so much fun. Laughter every day. For those of you that don't know, Roberto has a very good voice, and he plays a guitar. And we would be making dinner, and he would serenade us and sing to us, and we were very, very, very happy. And all of the time that we were together, the whole 10 days, we spent our days talking about you and what we could do to help your life become better. And so that friendship is built on helping you succeed. And so my story, just a little bit about my story for those of you that don't know, I'm a Filipina-American. I was born in the Philippines, and I immigrated to America when I was a little girl. And I grew up very, very poor. My mother ended up being a mother of 5 children. There were 5 of us. And many decades ago, more than 40 years, my father abandoned us. He left our family and left my mother to raise us. And yet she loved him very much. He was American. He was an American serviceman. And she loved him all of her life until he died. She still loved him even though he left us because she was grateful. She was very grateful that my father had the decency to abandon us in the poverty of America in the United States rather than in the poverty of the Philippines, which is very, very, very poor. The Philippines is very, very poor as well. And so in America, my mother was able to have us have hope. There was hope for us, and that's what she instilled in us, that we were living in America. And that hope, and she instilled in us that if we worked hard, and if we loved God, and we loved our family, that our life would be a very good life. And so we believed her. Even though we were poor, we were happy because we had our mother. But we wanted everything that life had to offer. So friends, I will share with you that my story is a very small story today. Because my entire life, I will let you know that I was 16 years old, and I decided that I knew exactly what I wanted. Regardless of how poor we were living, I wanted to grow up and I wanted to be happily married. How many would like to be very much in love and happily married? Right? That's what I wanted. All right? That's all I wanted to do. You know? So happily married because my mother wasn't. I wanted to stay home and raise my children. I didn't. My mother had to work outside of our home, and so she couldn't be home to raise us. And so I wanted to stay home to raise my children. And that's one of the things that was important to me. And I also wanted to be rich, very rich. I wanted to be a millionaire. And then I decided why just be a millionaire? Why not be a multi-millionaire? And this is what I dreamed of. And I was 16 years old and living in the barrios of South Phoenix, the poorest neighborhoods in Phoenix. And I grew up and I didn't finish college. And that story, I'm very sad that I didn't finish college, but I did find and marry the love of my life. Oh. 27 years we've been married, and it is just one romantic love story. So I'm very fortunate there. And so that dream came true. And when we married in 1982, I have not ever worked outside of my home, so I've not had a job, have not had to leave my home, and didn't commute. I raised my children, and I wanted to raise my children. I wanted to be there when they learned to walk, and when they learned to talk, and when they learned everything. And so I enjoyed raising my children. And then I was always there when they went to school in the morning and when they came home at night. And my children were very happy about that. Not so much when they were teenagers because they didn't get in any trouble. I was always there. And then what was very exciting is in 1995, I will share with you, that I was able to let my husband not have to work either. So for 14 years, my husband has not had to have a boss except me. I like that very much. And you don't complain too much about it either, do you? All right. But the reason I was able to do that is because I was able to earn millions of dollars working from home with nobody, no boss. Nobody, I didn't report to anyone. Millions of dollars working from home. And that was my dream come true. So happily married, stay home with my children, who are now all raised, grown up, and to earn millions of dollars working from home. And friends, that's my entire story. There's nothing else to share with you about me. My dreams came true. But the reason I'm here with you today, and the only reason I'm here with you today, because none of you are in my organization. I'm here out of love for Maria and Roberto, and because they have such great love and passion for you, that they wanted me to be able to share with you how we did it and exactly what it is that we do. And so for you that have come out here today, this is your day. This Saturday that we're going to be spending together, I'm going to share with you exactly, step by step, how we made this happen. Because here is my background. Who cares how much success and money Cindy Samuelson has earned in this business? Who cares that she can travel the world and do what she wants to do and spend time in Malaysia with wonderful friends like Hugo? I mean, Hugo, did we have fun in Malaysia? I was tremendous. We stayed in a beautiful resort. When I met Maria and Roberto, we were in a beautiful resort around the world because you can travel and do whatever you want. This is the industry that has brought us together. And so today I'm going to teach you what it is that you have a hold of. And what are my credentials? What can I share with you? Here are my credentials, and it's the only reason I'm here. It's the only reason I am so passionate about what I do. After I earned my first $1 million, the first $1 million, it was work, learning how to do that. But after you learn the first $1 million, it was not work anymore. It became nothing but joy and nothing but fun. So the first money was difficult to earn, but it's possible for you to earn it with coming from no advantages, with no money in your pocket, but a desire and a willingness to do the work because of the industry that I'm going to teach you about today. But after I earned the first $1 million, the only thing that excited me was how many more people can I help? How many more people can I teach to do this? And so what I love most about Mexico is the willingness of the people in this country, in this great country, to work hard. Of all the places on the planet that I've been to, and I've been to a lot of places, from Japan and Malaysia and Hong Kong and Australia and Europe, traveled the world, the girl from the barrios that grew up very poor, I will share with you that our country, our favorite country, is Mexico. Because of the goodness of the people. The people are good. The people want in this country are willing to work very hard. The work ethic in this country is phenomenal. And what's very, very exciting is it's also a very young group of people. The average age in Mexico is young. And so that means you're all young marrieds and you're starting your families, you're raising up your families, and you want for your families what everybody wants for their families, to take good care of them. And here's what I was able to accomplish because of my career since 1995, 1997. In the last 12 years, 12 to 14 years, after earning my first $1 million, my husband and I have played a role in helping more than 10,000 families earn significant part-time or full-time income working from home. 10,000 families. Now, what is full-time or part-time income? That's not money, that's not rich. That's not rich money in America. Part-time income in this industry can be anywhere from $2,000 a month to, $5,000 a month. Is that good money in Mexico? I want to know.
Yes.
Is that good money?
Yeah.
Okay. So 10,000 families, 2,000 to part-time to full-time income. We've also been able to help more than 200 families earn more than $100,000 a year. Is that good money in Mexico?
Yes.
Is that good money? That's good money in America. Yes. Recording? Okay. Is that good? So can I say that? So $100,000, is that good money? That's good money, right? We love that. So in my love and my passion for helping families, I want people to have what we have, the freedom, the ability to do what it is that they love to do and with who they want to do it. And I get very excited about helping families earn more, if that's what your dreams are to do. And so it's not about the money, but money is the only way that you cannot succeed in this business, my friends. Is there anybody in this room that's allergic to money? Nobody allergic? Because if you're allergic to money, you have to leave now. All right? Because the reality is, if you're not allergic to money, in this day and age, everyone needs money to take care of their family. In the modern world, we need money to take care of our families. And so I'm not ashamed to talk to you about how you can use this incredible industry to become very successful. Because here's the truth. I've helped more than 40 families, 47 families, earn more than $1 million working from home. Is that okay? Is that money? I worked all of my life trying to take care of my family, and I just cannot even begin to relate to the freedom and the money that comes in your industry. It doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't seem real. And the reality is, friends, it is very, very real. I understand it, and I've always been able to understand it. But let me share with you how I was able to go from where you are brand new, there today with me, to understanding the freedom that comes with it. I was brought into the industry as a young girl. I was 26 years old, and I just turned 26. So I've been in the business more than half of my life. So 50% of my life has been spent doing this, with no boss, no overhead, no inventory. I'm here today traveling in this country, not because I have to be here today. I don't have to be here today. I am here because I want to be here today. I am here today because this brings me great joy. I love my work, and I feel that it matters. And my work is touching people's lives. I'm here today for only one reason. Roberto and Maria insisted I be here. They gave me no options because they wanted me to teach you what it is that I know. And because if you know what I know about this business, I believe every single person in this room will have enough money to take care of their family. Enough money to take care of their family. If you see in it what I see, if it's just enough money, not to get rich, but to not worry about your finances, that's okay. If we can supplement, 10 minutes, is that the code for 10 minutes? If we can supplement your money and help it make easier for your family, that's fantastic. But here's the thing I wish to share with you that's very important. If you understood this business like I understood this business, those of you that are brand new in this room, I can virtually guarantee that you can write your own ticket for freedom and independence. I can guarantee it. Because the company that we're associated with is called Zango. And Zango is a brilliant company in an industry that you will, by the time you leave here today, you will understand what the industry is. The industry says it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter the color of your skin. It doesn't matter how much education or how little education you have. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. It doesn't matter if you're healthy or unhealthy. It doesn't matter if you're beautiful or not so beautiful. All right? It doesn't matter if you're short or tall or round. It doesn't matter. It's blind to everything. It's blind to everything but your desire, your heart, and what it is that you wish to accomplish. And so today what I want to do is I want to plant in each of you the possibilities of what can happen for you. That it will be a foregone conclusion that you can succeed. Because what I'm going to teach you is the world outside of this room thinks they know what our industry is. And you're going to find people will be difficult with you, and they'll run away from you. They're all nodding your heads, right? Do you find that? Do you know why they feel uncomfortable with you and why they're able to tell you that you're not involved in a good thing? Because you don't understand what you have a hold of. And once you understand what you have a hold of, you will become bulletproof to anybody and what they have to say to you about this business, because you'll look at them and you'll think, you have no idea what you're talking about. Let me share with you, friends, the industry, the world is changing. The standard way of doing business is no longer working. It doesn't work in America. The way of doing business doesn't work in America, and it isn't working in Mexico either. Traditional businesses are suffering. A very unique program called network marketing. That's what you guys are involved in now today. Network marketing is called word of mouth advertising. That's all it is. You're advertising about a product that you believe in. And as much as I love our products, I use the shampoos, I use the skincare, I drink the juice. Everything that Zango produces, I use because I want to believe in it and recommend it to others. And if you simply will recommend it to other people, the company sets aside 50 cents of every dollar is paid to those people that are willing to advertise the product. And it's brilliant because nobody has to have any employees, no overhead, no inventory, nothing. And all you have to do is learn to talk about it. The only way that you can fail in this business is if you're allergic to money, we've already decided you're not allergic to money, right? And if you develop arthritis of the mouth. Arthritis of the mouth. All right? I love how the jokes get caught up a few seconds later. Okay. All right. Then you laugh. So we're going to unlock this jaw. We're going to teach you how to be comfortable talking about what our industry is. Because that happens when you understand what it is you have hold of and you have confidence. So if you are motivated, I am not here to motivate you. Motivation is that works externally. A lot of people said to me, Cindy, will you motivate us to succeed? I want to share with you something about motivation. I'm not here to motivate you, because motivation, if you take an idiot and you motivate that idiot, you have a motivated idiot. Alright? Motivation is not what it is that I do. What I do is I take motivated people. Are you motivated? Yes. I thought you were. I didn't think you guys. I can look at your eyes and see that you're connected. If you're motivated, if I can just give you some rules and teach you a few things that will, very simple rules and regulations to help you build your business, to help you communicate effectively to other people, we will take that motivation and we will channel it in the right direction. And in learning how to treat this business like a business, you will succeed. I want you to write this down. Write this down. There are only 4 reasons that you will fail in this business. Only 4 reasons. I don't want you to lay awake nights trying to figure it out. Some of you could lay awake for as long as Hugo has been alive. All right? He's already a premier in our business, already had first-class trips to Malaysia, already doing this stuff. And you could lay awake nights trying to figure out why you would fail in this business. I'm going to tell you, because I've been around for 27 years doing this, that there's only 4 reasons you'll fail. The first reason you will fail is because you've chosen the wrong company. Zango is not the wrong company. I've been involved with 4 companies in 27 years, and all of them are very successful companies. I chose Zango because Zango has the ability to help impact more people's lives in a positive way than any company I've ever seen in the industry, and I understand my industry. I understand the industry of network marketing. And so we'll talk about that later on today, because I'm going to take you to make you bulletproof about this company and what it is that you have a hold of. So the number 1 reason you'll fail is you choose the wrong company. The number 2 reason you fail is that you do not have access to a coach, or you are not coachable. You understand coaching?
Yes.
Coaching is so vital to your success, friends, that even though I was motivated to succeed, I did not succeed until I found my coach. And my coach happened to be the incomparable Bob Schmidt. Bob Schmidt was 20 years involved in network marketing when I met him in 1989. And in 1989, about 20 years he was already involved. He'd already earned $1 million a year. Bob Schmidt earned $1 million a year. $1 million a year. Write that down. In 32 years, he earned $1 million a year, 32 out of 38 years in the business. Unbelievable. And that's who coached me. So with proper coaching, I can take a motivated person and teach you how to build a business. So Roberto and Maria are working diligently to learn to become proper coaches and working hard to teach you how to become proper coaches, because that's our job. That's what it is we're going to do. So I'm going to teach you, I'm going to coach you. The third reason people fail in this business is they are inconsistent and they don't treat it like a business. Today, I'm going to focus on teaching you to be consistent so that every single day, who was it that shared with me that I made the business fun? I taught them if you're not having fun. Who shared that with me this morning? Yes, stand up please. You are, your name?
Marcela.
Marcela, thank you so much. She said, Cindy, thank you so much for teaching me that if I'm not having fun, I'm not doing this business properly. So are you having fun learning how to do this business? Okay. So if I'm going to make you have fun today, all right? Because if you can't have fun, you cannot build a business. So have fun, be consistent, and treat your business like a business. And the fourth reason you'll fail is very sad to me. You quit. It's very sad to me that you would quit Zango. I love this company, but if some people quit, and that's okay. But what makes me sad is when you give up on your dreams and you give up on yourself. And so today we're going to work primarily on helping you never quit on yourself. Never quit on yourself. Never quit on your dreams. Never quit on treating your business like a business and having fun making money, because my job is to help you learn how to stop suffering financially. My job is to teach you how to learn to lead and how to coach others to greatness. Because in this room today, this company, Arzango, will create many people that will be financially free for the rest of their life. And my goal, I hope, is that all of you that want to be financially free for the rest of your life, will you please stand up? All right. That means that we can do this. Let's go. I want you to understand what it is that you've got a hold of. And Regina is the face of the future. It is what I'm very, very excited about, because she went from age 21 from painting children's faces for money, wondering if that's what you were doing, right, Regina, at parties. And she was wondering, what am I going to do with my life? Because I don't think you dreamed of growing up with paint children's faces at parties, right? That she didn't aspire to do that. She was doing it because she needed to earn money to support herself. And it's honorable for us to earn money to support ourselves. And there she was at 21 wondering what it is that I'm going to do. For those of us that are in this room today, for those of us that are north of 40, like me, those of us that are north of 40, we grew up in a world where we grew up being trained to get an education and to get a job, to ask for people, to virtually beg for people to hire you because you had gone to school to get a piece of paper, to become talented enough to get a job that would pay you a decent living wage, a wage that would allow you to take good care of your family. And so the more education you got, the more you would hope to be paid. And that's why people become engineers and architects and doctors and veterinarians and all the different careers that we choose. But the vast majority of us don't have access to these higher educations, or we don't have the finances or the money to go to get that education and get a better job. And so we find ourselves at age 21 having to paint children's faces for a living. And we're thinking, is this all there is to life? And so what I wish to share with each of you today is that the vast majority of the world has lived on virtually nothing, meager wages, and scraping by to get by. It's something that the Philippines, my native country, and Mexico have in common. We have what is called the monopolies. Monopolies, here's what it is that all of you that are here working today and have jobs. Monopolies have been created to allow you to have a place of employment where you go into work every day. You go into work every day, and what you're doing is you're trading your time for money. Your time for money. And in trading your time for money, guess what your employer is doing for you? He's paying you wages. Wages, can you get rich on wages? Can you get rich on wages? Are you rich on wages? No, of course not. But what monopolies do and what business owners do is they are paying you money for your time. They're buying your time, they're renting your time, and they are making profit. They're making profit. And profit is what makes you rich. Profit makes you rich. And because of the way the world worked, that's how businesses got built. That's how people were grateful to have the wages because they had to feed their children. So they would work for wages so that they could feed their children and hope and pray that someday their children would be able to escape the cycle of working for wages. Someday they could just have a better quality of life. So let me tell you what America is and why I love this country so much. America is a land of everybody is an American. We are in America. In Mexico, the primary people in Mexico are Mexican. The majority of people in Mexico are Mexican. That means the society in Mexico is homogenous, and you're Mexican. You share that in common. And if you go to Japan, the majority of people are Japanese. And if you go to China, they're Chinese. But in America, we're everybody. We're everybody. We're Japanese, we're Chinese, we're Filipino. We're English, we're Norwegian, we're Swedish, we're Mexican, we're Brazilian, we're Argentinian, we're Canadians. And our great blessing in America is that we have all the talent of all the world that comes into America, in North America, and we have the partyingest neighbors living downstairs from us. You. We live upstairs, and you live downstairs in our apartment building, and you guys are rowdy, noisy, and fun, right? And hardworking. And I don't think it's just the cerveza or the tequila. I think it's the joy of life that you have. There's joy of life here. But what America is bringing to your country is the change and the shift and the paradigm of what it was required of you to support your family. What has changed? Here is what I want you, when I share with you that I want you to understand what you have a hold of, all right? And so that you can be proud of this industry called network marketing. I've been involved in it now for 27 years. And that's half of my life. That's 50% of my life. But let me share with you the truth about our industry. For thousands of years, you trade your time for wages. Or one time, it was just for food. You worked as serfs and peasants, and they just paid you food and gave you a roof over your head. They didn't even give you money. They gave us food and the necessities of life, and then we had to make some kind of a decent life at all. So for centuries, thousands of years, that's how we took care of ourselves. But then we had more decent wages, and then more cars. Then we had the industrial age and industries and jobs, factory jobs. But now that age of our time has gone by the wayside as well. So let me tell you about what you have a hold of and what is magical and what's happening here. 125 years ago, a very unique company in America, in North America, decided, they thought about business. And they thought, you know, what we really want to do is we have a very good product, and we want that product to be shared with as many people as possible. And we want it to be successful, and we want it to change people's lives. And they came up with a brand new business model just 125 years ago. It had never been done on the planet. We've been around for thousands of years. And this system to move product into the marketplace had never been introduced before. The system was called word-of-mouth advertising. Every single product that we have, our clothes, our automobiles, our houses, our food, everything that we buy, from our nail polish to our cosmetics to our shoes, it doesn't matter if we're human and we consume anything. And like Regina said, we were all born naked, right? So we have to buy everything. And some clothes are more expensive than others, right? Everything. So I will share with you that this system of moving product into the marketplace has been around forever. And they would have the monopoly. The business owner would start the business, he'd own all the inventory, and he'd hire all the people, and they would help them sell the product. But they didn't get any of the profit. They just got the wages. They just got a few dollars to live on, in hopes to be able to take care of their family. But the owner of the business got all of the profit. So this company 125 years ago said, you know what? Word-of-mouth advertising works. Word-of-mouth advertising works. So why don't we take the advertising dollars from our budget, and instead of spending it on advertisement on newspapers and billboards, because remember, this is 125 years ago, long before we had televisions and internet and everything else that we have for advertising, why don't we take that money and rather than buy advertisement, and rather than put it in stores, why don't we pay satisfied consumers to share it with other people? Because word-of-mouth advertising works. They know it works. If you recommend a product, if you love a product and you recommend it to someone else, you're telling them to take the product because you believe the product is a fantastic product. So when you do that, you still love the product, but every single time you do that, somebody is going to pay you for what is called goodwill. Your goodwill. You love it, you believe in it, and so you recommend it to other people. So this goodwill advertising that was started by a company called the Avon Corporation. Are you familiar with the Avon Corporation?
Yes.
They are now all over the world, 125 years later. But you know what, friends? We've been on the planet for thousands of years, and so for thousands of years, people are going like, well, the way you're supposed to get product is you're supposed to go to the store or the dealership or whatever and give somebody your money and take that product home. And so every time they hear this method where you want to share the product with them, they think, oh, that's not how you do business, right? That's not how you do business. Nobody does business that way. But the truth is, that's not true. That's not true. For 125 years, this industry got a lot of resistance. People would go, no way. No way, I don't want to do business. That's not how you do business. But here's the reality. It's 125 years later, and every single year, the business grows. Every year, it grows and grows and grows. Let me share you a very true story about our business. In America, it is now $32 billion a year in sales. Now, how much product moves around the world? There's billions and trillions of dollars of product consumed every year because we always need clothes, we always need cars, we always need shampoo, we always need toothpaste, we always need everything because we're human. We have to consume products. So everything moves the traditional method where a few people get rich and everybody else gets wages. So what's happening though is the business grows every year. And so last year in America it did 32 billion in sales, and in the world it did 111 billion. 111 billion. Remember that I'm teaching you about your business so that you can communicate it to other people effectively. Because the bottom line is I am in business, and I'm teaching you how to be in business as well, and teaching you how to educate other people. What is predicted to happen, friends, in the next 10 years? I have been around for so long. Wait until I tell you the story of what I've seen happen. But in the next 10 years, we're going to go from $32 billion in America and $111 billion in the world. In 10 years, it took us 125 years to get to 32 billion in America. Right, Gabby? It took us 125 years to get to 111 billion in the world. In 10 years, we'll go from to $65 billion in America and $220 billion in America. We will grow 100% in 10 years. Because what's happening? We're beginning to wake up and understand that the old way of doing business is not a good way to do business. It's lopsided. It's in favor of a few and not in favor of the many. And here's a system that Regina and Hugo and David and all the young people are beginning to understand, wait a minute, the way our parents did business and the way that our parents made money to support our family doesn't work. It doesn't work. And is it fair? Is it fair? No. The old system is not fair. And our system, our method of doing business is fair. This is a fair opportunity for everybody. The harder you work, Zango is going to pay you the marketing dollars just for recommending a good product to other people. And every time you recommend it to people, you get to build your business. And so these young people are waking up and they go, wow, a whole new world. 25 years, now 27 years, if the business is only 125 years old, and I've been in it for 25 years, I've been in it for 20% of its entire life. The traditional method, Hugo's going, I get this. I've been in it for 20%, 50% of my life, but 25% of the entire, 20% of the entire industry. It's only 125 years old, so what we are in this room is we're the people responsible in this room for educating the world of what's brilliant and what's smart and what's fair, and where everybody gets everything that they need and that they want to change their life forever. They'll never work. Regina will never have to beg for a job, to go in hoping that she has to make sure she's dressed nice, she has to be nice. The person that she could go into work for to ask for a job could be an idiot. An idiot. And she still is begging this idiot to give her a job for wages. But what we've done is we are teaching her the pride that comes in never having to beg for a job, never having to be unemployed. Friends, I started with Mary Kay Cosmetics. Avon is the #1 company in the world. They did $10 billion in sales last year. The #2 company in the world is the grandfather of network marketing. Avon is the grandmother of network marketing. Avon is the grandmother. The grandfather of network marketing is 60-year-old Amway Corporation. I've never been involved with Amway. I've never used any Amway products, but I'm proud of Amway. 60 years old, they paid $8 billion. People bought $8 billion worth of product from them last year, and the people that advertised the product got money for advertising the product. Word of mouth, marketing dollars. That's all it was, talking about. Oh, I love this soap. Oh, I love this toothpaste. Oh, and use this product, and guess what? Every time you do that, you get paid. That's smart. That's brilliant. You have to believe in it, sure, but guess what? People believe in laundry soap. And they can make money in laundry soap. What happens when we can change people's lives with good health is just absolutely amazing. The #3 company in the world is Mary Kay Cosmetics. Mary Kay Cosmetics is where I spent my first 5 years in this industry. Mary Kay Cosmetics. When I started with Mary Kay started, have any of you heard of Mary Kay?
Yes.
Of course. She's in 36 countries now. Let me tell you the story of Mary Kay. Mary Kay started in 1963. She was a single woman, a single mother of 3 kids. She had $1,000 and she borrowed a few more dollars, and she started Mary Kay Cosmetics in her garage in Dallas, Texas. And America being the land of opportunity and believing in entrepreneurism, Mary Kay was able to build that company. By the time I started with them in 20 years, the company was 20 years old when I started. It started in 1963. In 1983, it was doing $250 million a year. $250 million a year. Now, all these other businesses in the world, they have problems. Maria was showing you her business going up and down, but you can see the curve is going up and down. Companies go up and down as they're building their business, but they're continually going up. Mary Kay, when I left Mary Kay, she was doing about $350 million a year. $350 million a year. So she grew in the 5 years I was with them. Today, Mary Kay asked because people are beginning to wake up and go, oh, I don't want a job anymore. Hugo, do you ever want to work for anybody for yourself? Are you a pretty good boss? Yeah. You're probably the best boss you've ever had, right, Hugo? Yeah. He's the best boss he's ever had. I'm the best boss I've ever had. Hugo and Regina and Maria and Roberto, many of us that are in this room, Gabby, are we employable anymore? No. We're not employable. Nobody would want to hire us because we would tell them where to go. Right? We'd say, you're a jerk, and we don't want to work for you. All right? Because we know what it's like, and we have a taste of what it means to be free. Right, Regina? When you were painting faces, children's faces, did they ever promise to send you to Malaysia? You mean your company won't send you to Malaysia? Just because you're excited about what you're doing? Maria and Roberto and I right now, we're working for a free trip to Italy. All we want to do is, what do we have to do to go to Italy? Okay, we'll do it. You'll pay for it? You'll pay for it to send us to Italy? Okay, we'll do it. Who wouldn't do that? It's very exciting. So, Mary Kay Cosmetics, here's what happened. Our industry grows every year, 8% a year. It's growing, growing, growing. And you know what? Other industries are doing that because they're old-fashioned. It's a dying breed. Yes, some products will stay that way, but someday soon, and I hope, it won't be in my lifetime, but it'll be in your children's lifetime, where people will go, you've got a job? You've got to be kidding me. What are you thinking? Right? I mean, when I was as exposed to this 25, 27 years ago, I thought, that makes sense. I can work whenever I want to work and I can make a profit. Okay, I'll do that. I don't have to give up my children. I don't have to sacrifice my children. If you have a career in America, I have a sister who has a very big career. She's running a $350 million company. She's a big shot in America with her business. And she's never home. She has 3 children. If they're paying you big money, you have to sacrifice something. And guess what she has to sacrifice? Her kids. There's no one there to raise her kids. She has a nanny to take care of her children because she has to be all over the world traveling. I don't know about you, but if you wanted to, I didn't have children to have a babysitter raise my kids or to put them in daycare and have somebody else raise the kids. So the trade-off, you can have money in traditional business, in normal business, and there's big money to be made for those people that can do it, but at what cost? What I loved about Mary Kay is that Mary Kay pays more women more than $50,000 a year. Is $50,000 a year good money in Mexico? I just wanted to find out if I was here in the right room. Mary Kay pays more women more than $50,000 a year than any company in the world. When I started, they were doing $250 million a year in business. When I left, $350 million a year. Today, they are 46 years old now. They are doing $3.5 billion in sales.
Wow.
Did they grow?
Well,
I mean, I left, I thought it would collapse. It didn't. I didn't collapse. It went from $350 million to $3.5 billion. And it's continuing to grow every year. Do you know last year in a downturn economy, Mary Kay Cosmetics recruited 400,000 women around the world. 400,000. Is that impressive? Mm-hmm. Are they going backwards or are they going forwards? They're going forwards. So friends, here's what I wish to share with you. The reason I left Mary Kay, I wanted to be a millionaire, all right? And Mary Kay is a great model, and I love the company. I was raised, was taught the business by the brilliant Mary Kay Ash. She was brilliant, and she loved women, and she loved families, she loved people, and she wanted them to succeed. But the reasons people get involved in the business, every single person of you, every one of you to the letter stood up when I asked you if you wanted to be rich. And so I'm going to hold you to your word, that you really want to be rich. Here's the reality about what happens in network marketing. I wanted to be rich, and I studied the industry. And the industry, the number 1 product in our industry is nutrition. The number 2 product in our industry is cosmetics. And everything else after nutrition and cosmetics is a distant third. So if you're involved in word-of-mouth advertising, if you're word-of-mouth advertising vacuum cleaners, or KitchenAids, or candles, or shoes, or clothes, or any of the laundry detergent, anything else is a distant third to nutrition and cosmetics. So we're business partners here, right? And you shared with me you want to be a millionaire. The most millionaires in my industry are created by representing nutritional health products. Here is why they're important. Write this down. This is so important to me to have you understand what you've got a hold of. Nutrition makes more million-dollar income earners. And if there are many million-dollar income earners, there are going to be lots of people making hundreds of thousands of dollars, and people making tens of thousands of dollars, and people making a few $1,000s all the time, because millionaires create successful business partners with them, all right? Maria and Roberto put $500,000, their team, with the help of Hugo and Regina and David and all of those that are, can I see everybody in this room that is a 5K and above? Can you stand up? 5K and above. The 5Ks and above, I want to share with you, the average 5K in Zango makes $700 a month in supplemental income. Will $700 a month help you and your family? Will an extra $700 a month help? Yes, absolutely. So let's give those 5Ks and above a round of applause. Do we have 20Ks in this room? Can I have you, my 20Ks and above, stand up in this room? 20Ks and above, stand up in this room. Maria and Roberto are helping improve the economy. You put $500,000 in. The average 5K and above makes $3,000 a month. That's serious part-time income in network marketing. $3,000 a month and about $36,000 a year is the average income. Some make more, some make less, but the reality is the average, 50%, the average number is $3,000 a month. May I have the premiers in this room? Premiers stand up that are in this room. $120,000 a year. That's the average. Some make more and some make less. So Maria and Roberto are building a business where they're making sure everybody shares in the profit. The profit. And they're not limited to how much they can earn and how much they can make. You can make as much as you want. The company says, oh no, at $100,000 you can't make any more. No. Can we have all of our 100Ks and above in this room stand up? Our 100Ks and above in Zango. Mexico, the average income for a family in Mexico is $600 a year. A month. $600 a month is the average income in America, in Mexico. The average wages in the Philippines is $400 a month. In the Ukraine, it's about $500 a month. Most of the world has very low income wages. But here in this great country, we have wonderful people like the average 100K in Zango. The average 100K makes $17,500 a month. And there's no limit on how many 100Ks we can make. And we're just getting started. Zango is just starting. We're only 7 years old. Zango's only 7 years old. I chose Zango not by accident. I chose Zango on purpose. This company has done in 5 years, friends. Write this down. This is so important. Our company did in 5 years what the Amway Corporation did in 20. We did $1 billion in sales in 5 years. To do $1 billion in sales in 5 years, the Amway Corporation, it took them 20 years to do it. Amway's number 2. They're 60 years old. They're doing $8 billion in sales. I thank God for Amway every day because they believe in the industry of word-of-mouth advertising. And they wanted to share the wealth. But I chose Amway, I chose Zango because I've never been in Amway before, but I chose Zango because that company led the way and showed us what to do. We put in 1 million people in Zango to to word-of-mouth advertising in 5 years. It took the Amway Corporation 20 years to do that. The Amway Corporation did it with 450 products. We did it with one product. This company is brilliant. This company is brilliant. They've paid out more than $500 million. Now they've paid out $1 billion in commissions. And they're only 7 years old now. It's $1 billion. Imagine what they're going to be like if the Amway Corporation does $8 billion a year for the next 10 years. That is $80 billion over the next 10 years. The families that are, because it can keep growing. Amway's not going away, it's going to keep growing. Mary Kay isn't going away, it's going to keep growing. Because people are waking up every day to the fact that there's a better way to make a life. And there's a better way to earn an income. And so Zango's business and vision and our plan is so huge that your grandchildren will be inheriting the wealth that you create. They will be inheriting the wealth, and they will only want to, what's really amazing is that they won't even need the money because they'll be network marketers too. Isn't that brilliant? They won't need their money, they'll just give all your money to charity. Right? What a concept that can be, because it's starting. So here is the reason I left Mary Kay Cosmetics is because the only people that could make money in Mary Kay were women. Oh, a few men, but they were kind of funny men. my sweet man, I love them. They're my best friends, right? But the reality is my husband would not do well in Mary Kay. Right? You see my husband wearing mascara? It just wouldn't work on my husband. So, but Mary Kay Cosmetics is a fantastic company, and I love that company. And I wish them the best. It's a great company. But here's why more people earn big money in nutrition. I left cosmetics for nutrition for a reason. You want to be successful in this business, you want a low-ticket item. A low-ticket item is a few dollars for a nutritional health supplement is $25 a bottle less than selling a car. Does it cost less to buy a bottle of Zango than it does to buy a car? All right, so do you want to sell a high-ticket item or do you want to sell a low-ticket item? Do you want to sell a $2,000 vacuum cleaner or do you want to sell a $25 bottle of Zango? Right? So you need a low-ticket item. You need a product that is consumable. How often do you have to buy a car? A couple of years, every few years maybe? There are some people that buy a car every couple of years. So you don't need to buy, you need to buy Zango every 30 days. If you have a bottle of Zango, it usually lasts most people about a week. So it's highly consumable, right? So consumability is important. So if you're looking at this as a business, you want a low-ticket item, and you want it to be consumable. But here's the thing that's really important and why I chose nutrition. The reason nutrition creates more million-dollar income earners than cosmetics, because nutritional products creates more million-dollar income earners than cosmetics, is because nutrition creates an emotional attachment. If you're feeling better as a result of using the product, you are emotionally attached to it. It's very hard to get emotionally attached to your mascara, right, girls? I mean, we like our mascara. Don't let us have a day without mascara. But the reality is, our mascara, we're not emotional about it. We can get mascara. But if you've had an emotional experience on this product, or someone you love has had emotional experience on this product, please stand up. Stand up for me. Are you emotional? Stand up. Are these the only people in this room that have had an emotional attachment to the product?
No.
Wow. So, these stories right here, look at this. Everybody's starting to think about this. So this means emotionally you are now attached to your products. Now, and if you're emotional about the product, for instance, my husband has not had a migraine headache. My husband is 70 incredibly handsome years old. All right? He has suffered from migraine headaches attached to this product, honey? If your family members feel better using this product, that's fantastic. There's an opportunity for you to be paid for the rest of your life by being emotionally attached to this product. And that really works. So friends, what I want to share with you, because we really talked about this thing, Regina said something very important as well in her presentation. I hope you were taking notes because I took notes. She said there are no uninterested people in our product. There are no uninterested people in our project and what we're doing. There are only uninteresting presentations. If you are having people react to you positively, it's because you aren't doing a very good job of communicating our product and our business opportunity. But if you're not doing a very good job, guess what? We can fix it with proper coaching. We have Zango as a fantastic opportunity. Zango is a fantastic opportunity. And we know that. We know the success that this company is going to have. It's going to be around for 20, 30, 40, 60, 125 years easily. That's longer than everybody in this room would. It's going to be around for your entire life. It's going to be around forever. I hope forever. I don't have a crystal ball, but if Avon can be around for 125 years, and if Amway can be around for 60, and if Mary Kay can be around for 46, what happens when we have people that have such emotional attachment to this product and a great compensation plan? I'm telling you what, we can change the world. And people in this room, if you understand what you have a hold of, like I understand what we have a hold of, you won't be able to sleep nights. So my intention is to be able to show you what the future is like. I'm here today for one reason. I was trained by one of the best coaches in the entire world, Bob Schmidt. And I have a lot of experience in this industry. And I know that I'm not going to live forever. I intend to do this for as long as I possibly can because I don't ever get tired of it. But the reality is, I am the old guard. And I am raising up the next generation. And I want your career to start where my career ends. I want your career, Regina, to start where my career ends. Gabby, how does that sound? How about I take all of my knowledge and I give it to you. Here, Gabby, it's a gift. It's free. Just, how many of you, I won't beg you to help make you successful. And I don't have to beg you because you're in this room today. So I want you to leave here today with a gift of understanding what you have a hold of so you won't ever be able to sleep nights. I've been doing this for 27 years, and I'm more excited today than I was 27 years ago. How many of you in this room have been working a job for 27 years? Anybody in this room working the same job for 27 years? Do you love it as much today as you did 27 years ago? No. None of them are hard. You're good at it. You're probably good at it, but you probably hate it. Do you know how many medical doctors in America hate their job? They went to school and they paid $200,000 for their degree in medicine. And they go out there and they want to help people and they want to change the world, but they hate their jobs because the insurance companies are making them miserable. They're deeply in debt. They can't get paid for things that they're doing. They have to see many patients every day. They're allowed 7 minutes a day with a patient, and they are hating their job. They are feeling like they're not fulfilled. And they wanted to make a difference, and even people that have those careers are suffering. But here's what I wish to share with you, and the future that I want you to understand. Because I'm going to show you that in our last section, I'm going to show you exactly how to build your business, so that you're excited and you cannot sleep nights. But here's the things I needed to give you the information about what we're doing. In 1992. I've been coached by Bob Schmidt for 2 years. How many of us who know who Bob Schmidt is? Most of you do. For those of you who don't, there's much information and education by Bob Schmidt that the company produces for us, and so I encourage you to listen to it. But because of being properly coached, I was motivated, but I didn't know how to do it on purpose. But once I got somebody to teach me, Gabby, how to do it on purpose, and I could figure it out because my career started where his career was ending, right? He was teaching me everything he knew. My income went to $100,000 a year. The last time I earned less than $100,000 a year was in 1992. Friends, that's 17 years ago. I don't have a job. I have no overhead. I have no inventory, and I have no employees. I work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with the only partner in the world that I want, my husband. And he gets paid about $5 a day. But the fringe benefits are he gets to sleep with the boss. Yeah. So he likes those benefits. Other things I can tell you. But I will share with you that so for 17 years, more than $100,000 a year. And for the last 10, we've earned about $4 million in the last 10 years. That's pretty good pay. And the reason I'm here with you today is they didn't write me a special compensation plan. They didn't write me a comment, oh, you have to be my son or my daughter, you have to be part of related to the family, you have to have a college degree, you have to give up your family in order to do this. There's no criteria that says I got a special deal to do this. It's the same compensation plan for every single person in this room. And you can build this income where you can walk away from the business. Sherman Unkerfer, for those of you who don't know Sherman Unkerfer is our #1 income earner with Zango. They wrote Sherman the same comp plan that they wrote you. And Sherman understands what it is he has a hold of. Sherman, like me, understands what he has a hold of. And so he continues to work the business every day on purpose and by design. Let me share with you what he did. He has now sponsored 88 people, 88 friends that he's brought into the business, 88 friends. And those 88 friends, 14 of us are serious, personally sponsored, are seriously building their business. And those 14 friends have helped him put more than 600,000 people into Zango, expose them to Zango. And every 30 days, he receives hundreds of thousands of dollars in marketing dollars every 30 days, whether he works or not. But Sherman doesn't need the money any longer. He has the money, but he's like me. He's like, I'm not working for the money. I stopped working for the money in 1997 with my first $1 million. I thought, dang. This is easy. This is easy. Money is waiting in the streets, waiting for you to pick it up, marketing dollars by a great company. I can do this. And so Sherman is like me. He's going around the world, and he's teaching as many people as he can how to be free for the rest of your life. Free for the rest of your life. All I'm going to ask you for today, friends, this is all I'm going to ask you for. Do you know, I need some of your time. I need some of your time every week to be successful. How am I successful in this business? What is it that this business taught me to do? The reality is I'm going to ask you to give up, if you have a job, keep your job, all right? I want to let you know a couple of things. I want you to realize that all of us are equal in only two things. We're equal in the eyes of God, and we're equal in how much time we're given. And I want you to understand that all I need is a little bit of your time. Do you know in America, what I'm going to ask you for is the time that you're dedicating to the internet, surfing the internet, and watching television. That's all I want. This is the truth. I'm going to tell you, if you have a job, I don't want the time that you have with your job. I don't want the time that you have with your family. I want the time that you're going to give up on your television and the internet. Because here's the truth about America. 95% of Americans die broke. They die broke. As rich as America is, 95% of Americans die broke because they still have a job. They still have a job. Just over broke. That's what job stands for. And so they have a job, But 95% of Americans die broke. But here's the truth about why they die broke. They're spending the money where they could be earning a profit, they're spending in front of the television. The average American at age 65 watches 15 years worth of television. That's by age 65, the average American adult spends 4.5 hours a day in front of the television set. They come home from work at 5 o'clock and they stay in front of the television until they go to bed. They are using it to reduce stress and to not have to worry about the fact that they're way behind on their dreams and they're way behind on what they want to do with their life. And so what they're doing is they're spending their life in front of the television set. Here's what it is that I did. It's 130,000. If you do the math and you figure out 15 years of television by age 65, that's 130,000 hours. What I will share with you, the reason I'm standing up here in front of you today, is working my life around my children's schedule, and around my marriage. Here's what happened for me. I have 100,000 hours invested in building this business on purpose and by design. 100,000 hours thinking about my business. And then I have 40,000 hours in front of people telling them the story. This isn't the first hour that I spent on this stage. I spend my time teaching people and talking to people and educating people that have a very bad idea of what network marketing is. They don't know what network marketing is. And if they know what network marketing is, they say, oh, don't talk to me about that because that's illegal. Friends, do I look like I'm in jail? I don't think I'm in jail. And I will tell you, it's not illegal. This is brilliant for how to do it. So I want to take this 1 minute and I'm going to do an experiment for you. Christina, are you here? Christina, where are you? Christina, are we going to do, I want to share with you, I want to show you exactly how I started. I'm going to use Christina as my example before we go to our next person. Christina, for those of you, everybody is participating in here, but I want to see you because I'm going to stand out from here. This is exactly what I did when I started my business, and I'm going to show you exactly how we did, and we're going to talk about it in my next section. But I found out Zango. I want to be involved with the winner. I said Zango wasn't going to make it. Zango launched in 2002, and I didn't think it had staying power. I thought, this is silly. This company, these guys don't have any experience, and they've got a juice, and it's not going to be around. Many companies want to make it in this business. I didn't think it was going to make it. But after 3.5 years, if you can't beat them, join them. All right? So I left the company that I was working with, and I came to Zango on purpose and by design. And so I started out, one day I went to an event like this. How many of you in this room, this is your first event ever that you've gone to? Okay. I went into a room like this, and I thought, okay, my gosh, this is brilliant. So I went home, and it was just me, like Christina here, standing here. So I went and I called 5 of my girlfriends. So we have those of you that are 5 of the girlfriends. Can you come up here? You've got a tag coming up to be the 5 friends. You have the numbers? Everybody? 1, 5 friends. 5 friends. Let's show you exactly how this works. So 5 friends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got it? So Christina, these are your 5 friends, right? Friends, look, I went home, and within 1 day of going to this meeting, I called my girlfriends. I said, hey, I have found this great company, this great product, this great vision, this great future, and I want you to come and check it out with me. So just, one of them was my neighbor, all right? So these friends, so tell us your names. Oscar. And Gabriel. Carolina. Alfredo. Christina. Okay, each one of these friends came over and they were like, oh, okay, this makes sense. I'm excited about it. So that was the first week. This is exactly what happened in my business. So the second week, we all put our heads together. All of us like go cuddle up and talk. And put your heads together, talk about it, and go, we're going to get together next week. All right? This is the truth. And so each one of you call your 5 friends. So each one of them, they called their 5 friends, and they said, okay, let's come on, we're going to meet at Christina's house next week. So everybody bring your 5 friends. And so can we have your 5 friends come up to the stage? Come on, the next 5 friends. Everybody has it. This is group 2, group B. All right, so the next 5 friends, they all come up to the stage. All right, so look at this. So run up here to the stage, friends, because I want them to be able to see what happens here. So now, okay, everybody get up here on the stage. Show us. So 1 week later, after the meeting, we're all like standing together. Are you guys like excited about this? You see what's happening here? So I want you to see that this is now at the end of the 2nd week. This is how many people gather here. We're all like, all right, guys, all huddle together. All right, huddle together. And then we go, okay. Now, all right, we're very excited here, right? So, and then we're like, whoa, can you imagine? This is going to be so cool. And now we get a chance to tell everybody about it. So let's have another party next week. And next week, let's have it. Your name? Alfredo's. We're going to go to Alfredo's house. All right? So Alfredo, we're having the meeting at your house. So everybody bring 5 friends to Alfredo's house next week, right? So can we have all the 5 friends come up here to the stage? All right, come up here to the stage. Those of you who heard this, come up here. So look at this. Friends, you're so excited. We've got this. Number 2, can you believe this? This like rocks my world. Look at this. This is the Spanish minister. Oh my gosh, you guys, can you believe this? This is, Monica, this is what happened. This is exactly what happened to this. All right. Friends, I want you to know that what you're seeing right here, it started with Christina. And 5 days later, there were now 6 of them. And then there were 30 of them. And now there are 155 in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Are you guys excited? Yeah! Show me how excited you are. What ended up happening. This is what happened to my organization in 3 weeks. By the end of 90 days, we had 450 people. By the end of 8 months, we had 1,000 people. 1,000. Because there are no uninterested prospects. Right, Regina? There are only uninteresting presentations. Only uninterested presentations. Today, 3.5 years later, we have 16,000 people on our team. And they're making money. They're not employees. You're free. You're free. All right? That possibility doesn't happen by accident. It happens on purpose and by design. And this is what I'm working on a very, very intimate basis with Roberto and Maria to teach how this happens every single time. So that the next time I come back to Mexico City, I would like to see a few thousand people in here with you. Because you got a chance to see how fast it can happen. There are no uninterested people. People love their families. They want a better life. You go to America in search of freedom. My mother went to America in search of a better life. And the better life, we brought the business model to this country, where you have the same opportunity that I have and that Sherman Aquifer has. It makes no difference what country you live in. And that's why Mexico will probably undoubtedly one day, be bigger in business than even America is at this point. Because this country get what it means to love your family and to be free, and you're willing to work hard for it. And that's as hard as you have to work. So we'll get started. I'm turning it back over to Hugo now for the next section. For those that, just to give you a little bit of a story, I was at one time a young single woman, like our beautiful Regina, with dreams and goals and ambitions and wanting my life to be better. And not having finished college, as I shared with you, I am greatly blessed, very, very blessed that this industry came into my life. And Gabby said something wonderful. I loved it. Her children are young. They're only 12 and 14. And they're saying, Mom, you're doing it way too hard. Yeah, it's not. I just love kids. They're so brilliant. And they're probably right. They're probably right. And so I was very blessed because for me, I was young still. I was 26 years old when I was introduced to the industry of network marketing. Shortly after we got married. But friends, when I got married, I didn't marry for money. I told you I wanted to be rich. I wanted to be rich. But I wanted to marry, I married for love. I didn't marry this one for me. And I'm glad I married for love because we've had all the hard times that go, and it was the love that kept us together. And so when money comes and money goes, if you marry for money and the money's gone, then what do you have? And so we stuck together through the good times and the bad times. And my husband didn't want to be rich. My husband grew up not poor like me. He grew up in a middle-class family, and he just wanted to be comfortable. He wanted to be comfortable. And I learned that in order to be comfortable, you have to be rich. And so I twisted his arm, and he was like, okay. But nothing I was doing was, even though I was with Mary Kay and I was doing great, it wasn't making us rich. And so now I'm no longer single with a dream to be rich. I'm a married woman with a dream to be rich. And I wanted to have those children and I wanted to raise them. And so very much to my blessing, a young man, 23 years old, came into my life when we needed him most. We lost a lot of money, an incredible life that we were living, and we were working towards becoming wealthy in business and owning businesses. We own traditional businesses with employees and overhead and inventory and other things. And we lost the money. And one day we woke up and we were hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, and we didn't even have the money to buy groceries. And losing the money, it was in the late 80s, and 1988 actually, we lost everything that we had worked hard for. And I will share with you that a young man, 23 years old, came into my life. My stepson is just a few years younger than me. I love my stepson very much, and especially for many reasons. He's my husband's son. But he also asked me to meet with a young man that his wife had grown up with. They were friends from the time they were teenagers. You're 14-year-old. They'd known each other since they were 14. The kids are now 23 years old, and this young man didn't finish college, and he went from earning $2 an hour working as a bellman in a local hotel. Damien was in the hotel industry. This young man was a bellman in a hotel, a local resort in Phoenix. And in 18 months, he went from earning $2 an hour carrying bags to earning $15,000 a month in 1988. That would be comparable to earning about $50,000 a month now. So it was $15,000 a month in 1988. He was 23 years old. So yes, Gabby, we were doing it way too hard, and he was doing it way much easier. And so I listened. I was in my early 30s at that time, and I listened. And I met with this young man for lunch. And this is a true story. I met with him for lunch, and I said, what must I do to be successful? And he told me, shared some things. What I showed with you, the 5 times 5 times 5, that's what that young man taught me. And I remembered it, and I never forgot. And all I did, he drew it out for me on paper. And so I did it on paper. Oh, makes sense. And I did it, and I thought, wow, makes sense. And he showed me that his was making money. And so all I did was make it visual so that you could see it on stage how it really happened for me. And I believed. And I went home, and we were very financially troubled at the time. and I told my husband. And my husband was like, Damien, you've got to be kidding me. Right? Really? You're going to make $5 a case on this product? You're going to make $5 a case and we're going to get rich on that. I go, yes, I believe. Oh, it makes so much sense to me. I can do this. And like Damien and his family, there was a price that had to be paid. So I was busy. I was working. I was talking to my friends, calling them on the phone. And yet I wasn't out of the house, Damien, except when I was running around doing some meetings and everything. So at night, I'd have to ask my husband to please stay home and not babysit. Fathers don't babysit. I just want you to know this. So any fathers out there that are thinking, oh, I resent the fact that I have to stay home and babysit. You're not babysitting, you're fathering. All right? You want quality time with your kids? You go for it, honey. All right? And so my husband fathered our children as well. And so Damien was fathering his children. My husband was fathering our children as well. But after 2.5 years, he won, couples, whether it's single or not, couples are going to have their good days and their bad days. And my husband was looking at me like, okay, where's the fortune that you're going to make? You're not making $15,000 a month. And I wasn't. After a year and a half, I was making about $1,500 a month. And I was working really hard. But I didn't have a coach. And not having a coach was costing me a fortune. And much to my great blessing, my coach came along in the form of Bob Schmidt. And now I am now a professional coach as well, sharing with you what I learned from my coach. But after Bob had been coaching me for about a year and a half, I will share with you, my husband and I, we were having so many financial problems when we lost all of the money, that this great marriage, this marriage for love, this marriage that I wanted, that I prayed for from that little girl, was really starting to have tremendous sorrow in it. We were suffering, not for lack of love, we were suffering for lack of money and being able to pay the bills. And so that's what brought me to Zango. And so what's so amazing is that I came home one day after those 2.5 years of doing the business, and my husband was very serious. And he looked at me and he said, honey, Cindy, sit down. Oh, it was like I got stabbed. I go, oh, I'm in trouble. What's wrong? And he was very serious. And he said, the mail came today and you got paid. Because I thought he was going to ask me for a divorce. That's what I thought, because we were still suffering. And he said, the mail came and I opened it, your royalties, and it was for $5,000. And he said to me, and there are 2 free tickets in it to go to Hawaii. And he said, what are you doing? What are you doing? And he said, because whatever you're doing, it's working. All right? And I think he asked me if I would take him to Hawaii. Of course I did. Because this is what I was dreaming of. Now it was happening. And it's so amazing, Damien, and Gabby, how when the wife is doing it and the husband is like, I don't have any dinner, and I have to take care of the kids. I have to go pick them up from Kung Fu. As Damien said, it's very easy to lose sight of what's possible. But I met that young bellman. That young bellman was earning $15,000 a month. He was 23. At age 25, he was a millionaire. And at age 30, he was a multimillionaire. And it is amazing how the wife gets involved in the business and the husband, it's her business. Oh, my wife, right? And then one day she makes $5,000 and all of a sudden it's his business. He's so smart. Oh, yeah. I just want you to know, girl power. All right? Girl power. That's Because here's the reality. When I got up here on stage and I talked about being your mom and talking to you like a mom, I loved being a mother. I loved raising my children from infancy and raising them to be decent human beings. Human beings that could change the world and be a light and be part of the solution and not part of the problem. And so I loved raising them. And so I feel the very same way about being a coach and a figure in this business to help you build your business on purpose and by design. And so girls, I'm going to talk to you. The 3 most successful people in network marketing, because I'm going to teach you now how to find people. Because the bottom line to our business is, the bottom line of what we're doing is that we are working for royalties. We're working for the marketing dollars. And if their marketing royalties are paid on only one thing, they're paid on volume. And as fantastic as the product is, as fantastic, miraculous as Damien's results, as miraculous as Hugo's story with the young woman with the tumor, as miraculous as my husband's story, the bottom line, it doesn't matter how miraculous the product is, because the product does not have the ability, it doesn't have legs on it. It can't take a running leap, jump into people's arms, take me home, take me there. Can't do it. Not everybody's going to be successful in the business, but everybody can be blessed by the product. If Hugo hadn't had a dream of helping with the business and sharing it with people, that girl's lives wouldn't have been changed. So not everybody's going to want to be the business. But the reality is that those people that want to earn the profit are sitting in this room right now. The customers that have had the marvelous results, they're off doing something else today. So every single person in this room has the potential to have the same success as Gabby and Damien, the same success as Hugo, the same success as Anna Rosa and everybody that's building their business. It's all possible as long as you understand what it is that we're doing in building this business on purpose and by design, what we're doing. And so girls, I want to talk to you. The 3 most successful people in this business are first, engineers. Why engineers? And I've heard a lot of their chemical engineers, structural engineers, architectural engineers, road construction engineers. Engineers know how to build things. All right, that's why engineers are so good in this business. Engineers. All right, Bob Schmidt was an engineer. All right, so that's why Bob was so successful, because he liked building things. All right, how many of you are engineers in this room? No, one there. Wait, all right, you might. That's why I said they're in this room, engineers. And all we're doing is we're teaching you a better way to make a living out of that skill set of being an engineer. The second group of people that are successful in this business are teachers. Why? Because this business is about teaching people what our industry is. I will guarantee you, everybody that you know out there, they know what network marketing isn't. Write that down. If they resist you, if they do this to you, wouldn't you agree that there's part of the old belief system of having a job? Because they know what it isn't. Your job is to teach them what it is. Make sense? Your job is to teach them what it is. Because we know, Maria Roberto, those leaders, all of our 5Ks and above, the 5Ks have kind of an understanding. The 20Ks definitely get it more. It's kind of like being in elementary school and then middle school and then high school and then college. Once you get to my level, I don't have a degree, but I have a PhD that I gave to myself in network marketing. You can't earn millions of dollars. Makes sense, huh? You can't earn millions of dollars, and this is true. Thank you. And I'm here today on my time to help you earn a PhD. people. You're not here because you want to hear about the product. You already know the product works. You're here trying to figure out, how do I turn this into something serious? And this is what's important. That's why we're here. I guarantee you this room will, if you guys understand today what I understand, and if you're willing to invest the time and energy by continuing these classes, many millionaires will be created in this room. And let's forget about the millionaires. All of you want to be millionaires, but how about if you're just 100,000aires? All right, $100,000 in income, or $200,000 or $500,000 in income. How about just making a good, decent living for your family? Residual, where you can make, let's talk about making just $3,000 a month, $3,000 a month, and you can walk away. Roberto and Maria, if you walked away from your business this right now and said, I want to take a year of vacation, would you come back and would your royalties still be coming in?
Yes.
Yes. So they can walk away from their income right now and still make a six-figure income and come back. How many of you can quit your jobs and have your paycheck keep coming in for a year? Not many. My husband. Because it was his idea. Yeah, network marketing was my husband's idea. So teachers. We're teachers. How many in this room are teachers? How many teach? All right, we have a lot of hands. How many of you in this room know a teacher? Yeah, if you can read or write, you know a teacher. All right, so thank you, teachers, because they taught you how to read or write. If you know how to tie your shoes, you know a teacher. Somebody taught you how to tie your shoes. So our job is to teach. Now I'm learning to really talk to my girlfriends here in the room. I'm talking to the wives now, and the women, the young women that are in this group, and the women that are wanting to have a better quality of life for themselves, especially if you're single and have children. If you're an unmarried mom like my mom, listen to this. For you mothers in this room, that's the third group of people that are so successful in this business. I promised Paula and Esmeralda and the group of Maria's friends that I would teach you how to find people to build this business. Mothers are the third group of most successful people in this group, in the business. Mothers, because they nurture and they teach children how to become better people. I mean, we have the instinct. Fathers don't have that instinct. Father's instinct is to protect their family, to make an income, to put food on the table. That's their role. Genetically, that's what they are designed to do. They're the hunters. They have men of few words, and they go out there and they just get the job done and they support their family. That's their job. But women are left home to nurture and raise up these children. And so women, mothers, are very successful in building a business because they understand how to do it. But the reality is, girls, you're not treating the business like a business. We, like Gabby and Regina and Maria and Ana Rosa, we're treating the business like a business. And we want to teach you how to do it too. Because here's what can happen. This is what can happen. For those of you that want to know, this is why my husband loves me so much. When the business became $30,000 a month in income, because I believed, he didn't see it. If we'd left it for him to see it, God knows where we would be today. All right, but I only one of us needs to see it. And I believed. And so even though he was arguing with me, I still believed. And I still did it because I saw what was possible and I saw it was level. It didn't matter my age, the color of my skin, the lack of education, my gender. It didn't matter. If I was willing to do the work, I could get the pay. And all I had to do was stop being afraid, right, Gabby? Stop being afraid of what people think of me. Who cares what people think of you? Who cares? You should care about what people think about you if they're paying your bills. Fair enough?
Yes.
So if they're not paying your bills, don't care what they think about you. The day they start paying your bills, care about what they think about you. All right? So what I will share with you is when it reached $30,000 a month, my husband was 55 years old. And one of my dreams, one of my goals was to retire my husband from working. I was only in my 30s. I was 34 years old. And I said to him, my husband, he was 50, I was 36 or so, and he was 55. And so there's 18 years difference between us, so do the math. But I said to my husband, I need you to quit your job. I need you to quit. I need you to help me with this business. I need you at home with me. And so in 1990, I'll never forget the day, October of 1995, I asked my husband to quit, and what do you think he said? Yes. Yeah! Because my husband, I'm not with my husband because I need to be with my husband, right? Many of us know people that are they're in very bad circumstances. And women stay in those bad circumstances because they need someone to help bring home the money to raise those children. But the reality is, I'm with my husband because I want to be with my husband, not because I need to be with my husband. And what I wish for all of my girlfriends out there, all of the women in this room, is that you're living the life that you're living because it's what you want to do with your life. Not because you need to be, but because you want to be. And in this industry, I've helped mothers that are single moms with 5 children, just like my mother, earn $1 million working from home. Lorene is happily married now today, but she's happily married because she wants to be with her husband, and her husband wants to be with her. Not because she needs him, but because she wants him. And he's there because there's so much joy, because he's found a woman who is whole, and who is capable, and who is strong. So I'm really here because how many of you in this room are mothers? How many of you are mothers? All right. This is fantastic. Fantastic. How many of you in this room have mothers? Every hand in the room needs to go up. Get that. So whether you are a mother or whether you know a mother, all right, you know the people that it's going to take to build this business. And if we can bless their lives, the reality is, girls, and again I'm going to talk to you because I want your husbands to be like Damien. If your husband is a little less than supportive, like my husband and Damien, they're men. Men are driven. Here's the thing about men. Men are driven to take care of their families. It's genetically programmed in them. And their whole philosophy is if it's not making money, it must be a hobby because it's costing us money, right? They're smart. They're smart because that's the way they're geared to think. And so girls, here's a really important thing I will share with you. 80% of the people involved in our industry in direct sales, because our word of mouth advertising, 80% of them are women. Is that amazing? Yes. That's why Mary Kay can be all women, have hundreds of thousands, millions of women involved in Mary Kay. Because it takes talking to your friends. What do women do naturally? Yeah. We talk. I mean, for every word that you guys say, we say 150. All right? Yes, Charlie, but we write you the book, right? So here's the important thing I want to share with you. 20% of the money that's paid in network marketing is made by the women. 20%. 80% are women, but they share 20% of the money. Guess what the reverse is to that? 20% of the people involved in my industry are men. They're men. 20%. Sherman Ackerberg, Bob Schmidt, 20% represents 20%. But those 20% make 80% of the money. Tell me why. Think about it. Women.
They got women.
They got women to support, right? And children to support. They're treating the business like a business. And so my job today, I promised you that I would teach you how to treat the business like a business. How to treat the business like a business, where it becomes profitable so that you can experience the royalty income that comes as a result of doing this business. And that's what I'm driven to do. I'm driven to teach you how to do this business. Will you ever forget the exercise with the 5 friends? No. Never. Visually. Your brain can only endure what your behind can take. Sitting here, right? So we've only got 20 minutes left of our time together today because we asked to keep you until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And that's a long enough day. But the reality is, I gave you the evidence of what I was taught by a babe. He was only 23 years old. He said, Cindy, all you need to do this is get 5 of your friends, and show them how this works. So they can be your girlfriends, boyfriends, husbands, wives, lovers, whatever, your neighbors, people that you love, people that you like, people that you want to go on vacation with. That's what I decided. I thought, you know what? I want to work with people that I love and adore. I don't want to work with people that I don't like. How many of you work with people you don't like? Yeah, every day. Yeah. Here's the truth about the business. When you're looking for great people, here's the thing I want you to remember. Friends, like the 5 friends that you saw up here on stage with Christina, friends do not let friends work in cubicles. Yeah, friends don't let friends work in cubicles, right? Maria, Roberta, and I, we worked on the beaches in the Caymans, in Malaysia with Regina and Hugo, right? In Hawaii. Everywhere we go, it's a party. It's a party. We're having fun. We're enjoying each other's company, and we're teaching people how to do this. But not everybody is going to want to do this. But you only need a few. You only need a few. Friends, I sponsored 28 people. 28 people, that's all I've sponsored in 3.5 years. I didn't bring anybody with me when I came to Zango. I had to start all fresh, and I had to start with 5 new friends because I was under contract. I came from another company. So I had to start fresh with Zango with 5 new friends. So I called 5 new friends, and I said, look at this. Look what's possible. Look what this company's doing. Look at their compensation plan. Look at the system. Look at the people that are making it in this business. Look what we can do if we lock arms. That's why I had Christina and her 5 friends huddle together. Huddle. Okay, this is what we're going to do. Next week, we're going to meet at Fernando's house. And we're going to have 5 friends. We're each going to bring 5 friends. And you can start that way, and then you can do it that way. That's all that it takes, is learning how to do that on purpose and by design. And that understanding of sharing the story and educating people about what we have, you will, at first, you'll feel a little uncomfortable because it's uncomfortable learning how to walk. When you have a little, we've got a little 14-month-old granddaughter right now, and that baby is not walking. No matter how much we try to get that baby to walk, she won't walk. She's afraid right now. She's uncomfortable, she's off balance, and she won't walk. But we've caught her now where she's starting to stand up by herself. She still won't walk, but she'll stand there like this. And then she'll sit right down. Again, because she doesn't want to walk. So you're going to feel uncomfortable like that. Or it's like riding a bicycle. Could anyone in this room get on a bicycle and ride like the wind the first day they got on the bike? None of you could ride a bicycle. I bet you, I've never known anybody that just got on a bike and rode. Right? You had to learn to get on that bicycle, and everything about getting on that bicycle scared you, and you kept falling off, and you skin your knees, and you skin your elbows, and you do a face plant over the handlebars. bars or whatever. But one day, you got on the bicycle and you rode like the wind. This is what you're seeing when you're watching me. I can ride like the wind because I've been doing this for a long time. But you're like a little toddler learning how to walk or learning how to ride your bicycle. But pretty soon, the more practice you get, the more you do it, the more you talk to your friends about it, the more you share with them this better way of making a living, the more successful you're going to become. And your residual income will grow and grow and grow and grow. And unlike a job, it's an unlimited potential. I don't care what kind of a job. I don't care if you have the best job in the world. If you have the best job in the world, you still have the potential to be fired if you get on the wrong side. Just remember, and even if you have a very good job, you have to be away from your family because they're not going to pay you great money to not show up. They're only going to pay you to show up. And so what I want to share with you is if you will show up in this business, and if you will learn that this business will grow 5 by 5 by 5 by 5, friends, let me just share with you exactly how big this is. In 21 years, it's been 21 years since that young gentleman showed me how to build a business. And all he told me was, I got 5 friends together. And he's 23 years old. He knew more about the brilliance of network marketing, about the brilliance of making a living than I knew. And I was much older than him. My husband was much older than him still. But he taught us that this is how it works. And so we began educating people on the very same process. So in 21 years, I've been associated with 3 companies, network marketing companies, in 21 years. And Mary Kay was my 4th company. So in network marketing, that word of mouth advertising and growing and building business that way, the smallest group of people I had 6,000 consumers. Not everybody was building, but I had 6,000 consumers. In Zango, I've sponsored 28 friends, and 8 of them are building the business with me. 28 friends. You saw on stage here when we had everybody up here, Christina and her 5 friends and their 5 friends. That was 30 people on stage right here that first time. I've sponsored less people than that. And only 8 of them, could I have 8, 1, 2, the first 8 people, 4 people here and 4 people here. Could I have you stand up? Just stand up for me. Stand up for me, please. 8 of my friends is all that I have working the business with me. We put 16,000 people in this Zango. 8 people. Wow. Can you believe this? Do you see the power of geometric progression? You guys can sit down now. Do you see, are there any questions about that? Do you believe that? Okay. So what I want you to know is the largest business I had more than 700,000 people. The largest, 700,000 people. But Zango's compensation plan is so much better than that company that with 16,000 people last year, only 16,000 people last year, we made $250,000 with only 16,000 people. My best year in my other company with 700,000 people, it was only 16,000 people was only 43 times bigger was my other organization. My other organization was 43 times bigger than 16,000 people. But we made half as much money. We made $600,000 my best year with that previous company. We made $250,000 with Zango with 1/40th the number of people. Is that staggering? Can you guys believe that? You will fail for lack of dreaming big. You'll fail for lack of dreaming big. And so what I want to encourage you to do is I want to encourage you to dream big. The future of network marketing, I believe, the heartbeat of network marketing, I think, can come from Mexico. And I'm not just saying it because I'm here today. I don't say this in other places. The reality is, right now, Mexico is the second biggest country in America. I mean, in Zango. And this country, with great leadership, is going to teach you how to build this business so that you really, literally, can become easily the biggest country in network marketing because you're so young, and you're so smart, and you're so willing to work hard that we're going to teach you how to do it. So here's the promise that we have for you, because in conclusion, in sharing this with you, remember, it's going to start 5 remarkable friends at a time. The best people are engineers, teachers, and mothers. All right? And then everybody else can be successful in this business as well, because everybody succeeds in this business, but those 3 career types are very good, and we all know those kind of people. You don't need a lot of people. You just need the right people. But all of that said, without great coaching, you will find it very difficult to make it in this business. So what I challenge every single person in this room to do today, every single one of you was brought into this company by someone. I want you to pretend like I did when I went to my first Zango event. It was May the 13th of 2006. It was a regional. And I walked into the regional. I didn't want to be involved with Zango. I just went to the regional to get my friend Bob Schmidt off of my back. All right? I wanted him to lay off me on Zango already. And so finally I just said, okay, Bob, I'll go to the regional, and if I don't like it, I won't get involved. All right? That's what I said to him. Because I didn't want to believe that Zango was this great company. So I went to the regional, and we were in that room for more than 2 hours till we got. 2 hours in that room changed my life. And I thought, everything that I've done to this day, I did in preparations to be involved with Zango. And so when I left the room, I went home, I called my 5 friends, and that's how we started. And the 5 became the 30, and became 155, and became 400, and became 1,000, and ultimately became 16,000 people. But I did it with a coach, someone teaching me how to do it. And so what we're doing is, I want every single one of you to write down a list of 25 names. Just 25 people that you know. Are they engineers? Are they mothers? Are they teachers? Are they somebody I want to go on vacation with? Write that down. Are they somebody I want to go on vacation with? Do I love them? Do I want to see them succeed? Write down 25 names. And then ask them to come to your house to meet with your upline. Now this is important because I'm going to share this with you. We're going to teach you how to do this. Important for you to do this, to have an event. Because if you don't have events, if you don't have people on your books, and if you're not telling the story, you're dreaming about becoming successful. We don't want you to dream about becoming successful. We want you to become successful. And you might ask 25 people, and maybe only 5 people will show up. Or you might ask 25 people, and they'll say, yes. We'll come to the party, and maybe only 5 of them will sign up to join you because maybe the other ones don't want to be involved in the business. But ask your upline to come in and tell the story. This is what we're doing. And Maria, we're working very hard to get this done right because we're teaching you exactly how to do things. We're going to show you step by step by step by step, just like learning how to walk. Right? We're going to keep holding you up. And you might sit down, you might fall down, you might fall over. You might just not want to walk like my little granddaughter, Sophia. Why should I walk, man? Everybody's carrying me. Right? She doesn't want to walk. She doesn't have to walk. But walk you must. And so we're going to keep picking you up until you know how to do it. And step by step, we're going to teach you exactly what to say, and exactly how to say it, and exactly who to say it to. But I can't teach all of that to you in 2 hours of time, right? We have to take it one step at a time. But what I need you to do right now is, do you believe that it's possible for you to find 5 friends to join you on this venture? Do you?
Yes.
All right. If you do, I want you to prove it to me. Give me a little energy here and tell me that you can do it. Yes. Keep it up. No, you can't just be.
Yeah!
Only now are you beginning to understand what I feel every single day. Every day I wake up and I stand, even when I was making $5, the $5, when my husband could not believe that how are you going to make a fortune when you're getting paid $5? But I believed. I woke up every day. Remember what I told you? You guys said, tell me how to motivate people. Honey, I don't motivate anyone. I don't motivate anyone. Because you motivate an idiot and you've got, what do you have?
Motivated.
A motivated idiot. What I have in this room right now, and I experienced it for the first time and you did too. I have motivated people that are going to stand up on their chairs every day and go out there and teach people what we have a hold of. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Now, don't wait for somebody to come along and do it for you. They're not going to show up. The government in America is not going to save me. In fact, the government is a pain in the behind right now. All right? They're not doing a very good job. And how about your political system? Is your government going to rescue you anytime soon? No. But you know what? God bless our governments. God bless that they at least give us the lights to turn on and the streets to drive on. At least that's what their responsibility is. But their job is not to rescue you. Your job, my friends, is to stand up on your chair every single gosh darn day, just like me, and go out there and be the light and teach people what we have a hold of, because it's not going to happen by accident. It's going to happen on purpose and by design. And so I've committed 200 of you today. 200 of you have promised that you're going to write down the names of 25 people, and you're going to have an event where they will come to your house and sit around your kitchen table, and they will do this business. If I have 200 of you doing that, 25 people, we have 4,000 lives that we can change. Today, we can change 4,000 lives, and we can continue the wave of growth that's going to happen. So one more time, get on those chairs and get up and give it up, because that energy, I want you to experience it again. What you are going to experience every day of your career. Get up and go. Your job is to feel that energy every day, to be excited. When you walk out of this room, if you are motivated inside, even when you're experiencing people saying no to you, you will be oblivious to their saying no to you. Because you're motivated knowing that there are people out there like me. I did not know the industry existed until that 23-year-old kid found me and taught me, and he changed my life. You have to motivate yourself every single day. Every day. You get up every day and you go and you do it. And my promise to you is you have phenomenal coaches in Maria and Roberto. Maria and Roberto, can I have you come up on stage? And our premiers and Maria and Roberto. Start with 5. Let's not start with a lot. Let's start with 5. And now I charge you to go out there and get it done.
Yes.
We'll see you at the top. Right?
Right.
Yeah.